Okay. So, pretty big week, pretty big news this week in the travel part of YouTube, at least for people who are interested in Mexico content. Uh, Longtime Mexico travel vloggers, the Kinetic Kennons, my friends who I first met in Mexico City, Greg and Hillary Kennan. We first connected back in way back in, I guess it was 2017, 2018. It's been like almost 5 years. Um, And yeah, like at that point, we were both pretty new at this YouTube stuff. And we were both in Mexico City. Of course, they spent a lot of time in Puerto Vallarta. And also, I mean, they've been all over Mexico. Like they've probably made about 1,000 videos by now. Think about that. 1,000 videos. That might be a slight exaggeration, but not much. They have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of videos. And they started a coffee company in Mexico. They got, I think, yeah, they got Mexican residency. So like they are like true pioneers of the Mexico travel content scene. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. They're good people, make good videos, and I mean I was as surprised as anyone to hear that they have decided to leave Mexico. Um, I'm going to talk about that a little bit, my thoughts, and share some perspective as someone else who left Mexico after living there for a year. Um, yeah, let's get right to it. First of all, I'm just going to say this isn't like I have no breaking news. I don't know anything you don't know. I know the Kennons in real life. We talk sometimes, but I don't know anything that they haven't said in their videos, which you can check out below if you haven't seen them. Um, I just wish them good luck. I said I'm proud of them because I know that's a big leap, changing countries or living on the road actually, which it looks like they want to do. They want to be traveling continuously. Because they have a bucket list of over 50 items, I think. Yeah, they announced that they have a bucket list, all these different countries, all these different epic things they want to experience. And I guess they just realized, like life is short and we're all getting older. They're getting older. I'm getting older. You're getting older, whether you know it or not. As you watch this video, you're even getting older by every second. Oh, that's kind of creepy to think about, isn't it? You are now older than you were at the start of the video. Anyway, I don't need to explain the concept of time, but I do want to say that, after a while doing videos, you start to think like, will I be doing this when I'm in my 50s? And if the answer is no, and there's things you want to do that you haven't done before, then you may as well start doing them. There's no time like the present. And it's scary when you're doing that because it's actually really scary for a travel vlogger who is having success in a country to change countries. Because, first of all, like for anyone, even you guys at home, like moving to a new country is a huge, huge decision. I mean, there's all the personal stuff behind the scenes. But then when your brand and your business is also tied to making content and getting a certain number of views or whatever, like, it's your income, it's your livelihood. And you're kind of risking that as well. Now, I mean, like the Kennons will be fine. I'm not, I'm just talking broadly about like what I went through, what everyone goes through. There are some people who will stay with you and keep watching the content because they're there, like, I don't know, they enjoy your personality, they enjoy the knowledge you share, or they are also world travelers who are interested in a lot of different destinations. But there's other people who will not watch anymore. It's just a sad fact of life. Like some people, and they'll tell you, like they'll leave comments like, leaving Mexico, unsubscribed, exclamation mark, angry emoji face. Like people will let you know that they don't like you going anywhere, even if you've been there for years and years, as the Kennons have. But that's a small minority of people. Like we shouldn't act like that's everyone. That's just some people voicing their opinion in the comments, as people like to do. Yeah, but I don't know. People feel as though they always expect the same thing from you. But what they don't always realize is, as a creator behind the scenes, like you're the one who has to live with yourself. And if you're looking yourself in the mirror and you're like, these videos are getting a lot of views, but I don't like it. I feel like I've done the same thing 100 times before. I literally have done the same thing 100 times before. I want to switch it up. And maybe some people won't like that. Maybe I'll lose views, maybe I'll lose money, but at the end of the day, I can look myself in the mirror and be proud of what I made. Again, I don't know if that's what's going on with the Kennons, but I'm just saying that, they're entrepreneurs. Like, they started a business. They are like, they moved to Mexico, and, Hillary gave up a corporate job that she was working before. And like, they are people who are chasing dreams. And when you're that kind of personality, you want to try new things. You want to not settle into something comfortable. You want to keep pushing boundaries. And that's scary, but ultimately that's like the way to live a fulfilling life. Right on the edge of your comfort zone, Yeah. I guess the other reason I wanted to make this video is just because I feel like having left Mexico, I might be in a sort of uniquely similar position to them. I mean, like, when I was in Mexico, I was getting $500 to $600 on Patreon every month. So that has never been anywhere close to that since then. So like, I had a stronger viewership when I was in Mexico. I probably had a career like waiting for me. If I just got really, really fluent in Spanish and lived there, I could easily sustain myself living in Mexico. And honestly, that would be a good life. Sometimes I wonder, should I go back? Obviously, I do go back. I visit sometimes, but in my heart, I just feel like I'd be a repetition of myself. I'd be going around in circles where I always want to like push into the unknown, The unknown is scary, but the unknown is where a lot of cool things happen too. So I guess my advice to the Kennons would be like, first of all, if the views go down, or if you get some negative comments or some people being like, come back to Mexico, which will happen, don't get discouraged. Like, just ask yourself how you feel about the videos, how you feel about your life decisions. Because at the end of the day, like I said, you're the one who has to live it. And, the world is big. Like, that's the thing. Mexico is big. There's a lot to do in Mexico. The fact that they can live there for 5 or 6 years and keep making new videos in new cities, like, that's incredible. And I'm not even saying they're done. Like, I'm sure they'll be back. They got a coffee business. Like, I'm sure Mexico will be a big part of their continuous journey. But yeah, do they want to switch it up? Like, there's other channels like Tangerine Travels. There's well, in Spanish there's like Luisito, but I guess he's Mexican. Who else? I'm forgetting. There's hundreds of them. But like, over time, a lot of channels have left. A lot of channels have done a circuit of Mexico, and then you move to another country because that's just how travelers are. Like, you're always looking for a new place, and I kind of felt like Mexico City became my home, and I got this weird thing where when a place becomes home, I'm like, okay, what's next? Like, I get comfortable, and then I'm like, I gotta go. I almost feel like I'm getting that way with Montreal. I have no immediate plans to leave, but could I see myself leaving in the not too distant future? If the right opportunity comes, the right city or country or continent is calling me, yeah, I could move somewhere else. I could. But yeah, this video is not about me. This is about the Kennons. And yeah, they just posted their first video in Europe. It's crazy. Like, when people, even for me, like, I was like, oh my God, like, they're in Europe. Like, this is kind of surreal, like, seeing their faces in like Switzerland, which is where they went to. Spoiler alert. Still watch the video. It's pretty funny. Yeah, and I'm excited to see where they go next. It's like, okay, like, I also know Mexico very well, but I don't know where they're gonna go next. So there's like a surprise element to it too. I guess what I'm saying is, I mean, whatever it is, food, music, destinations, like, you can love something. You can love tacos, but you can still be like, you know what? I want to try Chinese food today. I also like Chinese food. I want to go to China. I want to leave Mexico and go to China. Like, it's the same principle. Diversity is like what's the expression? Diversity? No, it's not. The spice of life. What's the spice of life? Diversity is the spice of life. That feels wrong. Isn't it something different? Diversity is the spice of life. I feel like somehow I'm getting that expression wrong. If I am, everyone's gonna tell me in the comment section. But simplicity is the spice of life. I don't even know. Something is the spice of life. And if you want a spicy life, you got to get out there sometimes and jump on those airplanes. Kinetic Kennons, I'm proud of you guys. And to anyone out there who even wants to even hint that they're being unfair to Mexico or whatever, those guys have the biggest heart for Mexico I've ever seen. They raised money through charity. They've put they're working with farmers in Chiapas with their coffee company. And they're just humble, genuine people. We've had meals together. They're good. They're good. They're good folk. So Kinetic Kennons, proud of you guys. Hope everyone out there enjoys their videos in the future. If there's any other YouTubers watching, let me know. Have you struggled with this? Or even people who don't make videos, have you struggled between that feeling of that place that is comfortable to you and you know it so well and you keep going back, versus exploring into the unknown, which can be scary, but sometimes it's the spice of life. I got to look this up. What is it? The spice of life. The spice of life. Variety. Variety is the spice of life.